All right, lesson 9. This is going to be one of the most valuable lessons you've learned so far. So we talked about testing out our new identity that we're building. Like, hey, I'm becoming this person. I'm testing it out. How do I trust it? Inevitably, when you try new things, sometimes you fail. Tell me this. Have you ever been afraid of failing? Have you ever had a big moment coming and you're like, oh no, what if I mess this up? So often, the fear of failure can actually stop us from doing the things we're supposed to do. The fear of failure can stop us from becoming who we're called to be. The fear of failure can stop us from being the person that we're meant to be, that we decided to be, that we committed to be. So, how do we deal with that failure? I want you to know that some of those failure points, sometimes losing, can actually be something that lifts you off. It's like liftoff for a rocket. It's fuel to move you forward. When you fail, it doesn't mean you messed up, you're back at square one, you're all the way at the bottom. Failure just means you have information now to move forward. You have feedback. Okay, now I know I can move forward. So number one, failure can seem scary. What'll people say? What would happen? I want you to know that failure isn't your enemy. Actually, shame is. In this module, we're going to learn how to fail like champions. That's right. Champions fail. Think of all the people you love and respect, all the people who've accomplished something, famous scientists, people who are creating beautiful artwork, people who are doing athletic performance so well, great singers. Do you think they've done everything perfectly? They've only gotten there because they did everything perfectly. They made all the perfect choices, right? No. We all know that they didn't do everything perfectly. People fail along the way. Failure is not only part of the process, it is the process. Failure is actually your best teacher and your best mentor. I'll give you an example. Have you ever weightlifted at the gym? Right, at some point you went in the gym and you're pushing, you're doing the leg press, you got the bench, right? One of the greatest weightlifters of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You might have seen him in movies. He's governor of California. He did all sorts of crazy cool things. But he had this view of failure. In his book, The 7 Tools for Life, he breaks down how he looked at failure. And he actually has this great view of failure. He said, actually, failure is literally the only way that you know you're growing. He's like, think about it at the gym. If you're just moving really light weights, you're only pushing, and you're not even trying that hard, and you're just moving it up and down, and you're not challenging yourself, are you really growing? No. We know you're not growing. We know we're not growing if we're not challenging ourselves. Arnold Schwarzenegger makes the point, actually, when you're lifting and doing those things, when you're pressing, it's when you fail. Like, you go all the way to the point of like, I literally can't do anymore. I can't do more. That is a failure point. He's like, that's the only way you know that you're growing. You've worked your muscles. You've challenged yourself enough. So I want you to take that lesson and know that as the truth. Failure is not something to be afraid of. Failure is how we learn. See what I'm saying? I'm trying out this new identity. I'm trying to do the right things. I'm trying to do good things, to make good choices. I don't always get it right. Exactly. You don't always get it right. No one gets it always right. But you are actually getting it way more right. You're doing way more good this way than you ever could have done not trying or not being focused or not having values and principles and beliefs, right? You're getting way more done this way. It's working. So trust that. Even if it fails, even if something goes wrong, you can't go, oh man, I'm getting rid of all that. I don't believe all that stuff anymore. I'm just going to go back to what I know. No. When failure happens, you go, oh, okay, it didn't quite work out that way. Let me try something else. Think about a time that you've made a mistake or failed or done something. You're like, oh, that wasn't good. Man, I wish I could have done that better. Great. You can do better. The only way you can do better is by failing and then looking at it, right? That's step 2. So think of a time that you made a mistake. Step 2, let's think about it. Ask yourself a powerful question. We know that good questions create good answers. Good questions give us options. So ask yourself, is there anything I can learn from this? What can I learn from this? When I fail, what options does this open up for me? What lesson did I learn from this event? What lesson did I learn from this? Write that down. Write the answers to these questions. Look at that and say, yeah, it didn't feel great in the moment, but actually, I learned something I never could have learned if I just hid in my room, crawled under my bed, and never tried anything. Right? Again, we've talked about your story that you're writing. What good story happened of, hey, someone did nothing, they hid away, and then nothing happened? That's the worst story. It's not even a story. No one would read that. All the best stories are, hey, somebody tried, they failed, they learned from it, and they overcame and became who they're supposed to be. So take that as your story. Your next step is, what can I learn from this? What does this open up for me? What new possibilities can I see now? So we talked about reframing. My little frame is over here. You don't get much of the story. Reframe it. Pull out this frame. Make it bigger. I want you to write down, when this happened, it was not a failure. When this happened, it was my opportunity to learn and grow. And then write down what you learned. And then I want you to write down, here's how I'm going to grow from that. Do you see like the certainty and the belief and the confidence that comes with that? Here's how I'm going to grow from that. That's you fully embodying and embracing this beautiful identity that you've built. Remember, there'll be testing, there'll be resistance, there'll be failure along the way. Great. That's you being the hero of your story. You're writing a great story right now. Be proud of that. Be excited about that. So you might be saying, great, Luke, I'm doing that. I still feel the fear. I'm going to let you know, feeling the fear is not bad. Courage does not mean, hey, bro, I don't feel any fear. I'm just out here living my life perfectly, crushing everything. I'm so great. No, that's not what courage is. Courage is, oh, hey, I see the fear. I feel that. I know some of that might be real, but I'm going to focus on what's true, and I'm going to move forward anyway. I see the fear, and I'm going to keep moving forward anyway. You know why? Because that's the type of person you are. You can notice the fear and say, great, that's just all part of it. I accept that. I'm moving forward. Everyone in the world has felt fear at one point. Again, think of who you look up to. Maybe it's your dad or your grandpa. Maybe it's a veteran, a hero. Maybe it's a sports figure, some artist. And think, do you think they felt fear? I'll tell you, all of the best people in their field, even world-class musicians and athletes, feel fear all the time. Even if they've crushed it over and over again, then the next thing is they'll feel a fear of, can I keep doing this? Can I always keep winning? Oh no, what happens if I don't? Right? Fear is always around. Just count that as, hey, fear is around, but I choose what I look at. I can make choices beyond what I feel, right? We've learned that every step of this way. So think forward. Put this into practice. Think, hey, if I'm in a situation and I fail, how am I going to respond? What's cool is you think you want to decide that in the future. Decide that right now. Decide, hey, I'm going to keep moving forward. Here's how I'm going to choose to feel. Here's what I'm going to choose to do. So go ahead and imagine that scenario and say, hey, well, if I'm trying this and if someone says something bad, if someone tries to throw me off, I know that it sounds crazy. There might be people in your life who try to sabotage you being the best version of you. There might be people in your life who are like, oh, they would, they've always supported me. They're my friend, they're my family. Like they would always want me to be the best, right? There might be people in your life who want you to stay the same, who don't want you to be better because they're worried about you being better than them. That's not a game we play, but it could be true for some people. So, hey, even if someone's coming against me and I fail and I fall into it, I'm going to act this way. Hey, I'm going to be humble. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to forgive. I'm going to accept. I'm going to learn and keep growing. You can decide that right now. And then when that happens, you already know what to do because you know who you are. You know what you committed to. You know what you believe and you desire. And I'm telling you, that's the type of person you are. I know it to be true. I've seen it to be true. all of this stuff works. So same thing. We have fear of the future or what's going on right now, but fear for the past, I like to think of it as it's like that's what regret is. Regret is like, oh, I have all this negative feeling of the past. But I'm telling you, you can have that regret. And if you can take that same learning that you're doing of like, hey, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? You can turn that regret and that pain into purpose. Hey, that used to always get me. That person used to always get me. I can decide and say, no, that's not me anymore. Now my purpose is I keep moving forward. I'm not hurt. I'm not a victim. I'm not wounded by that anymore. I'm actually going to be the best version of me. I'm going to be the hero of my story. I'm going to write this for me, and I'm going to win. There's a great entrepreneur whose name is Ray Dalio, and he said this really simple quote. I'd love a picture to be up there. He said, pain plus reflection equals progress. So, hey, I want to move forward. I want to succeed. I always want to win. Well, the way to make progress, according to this, you're going to make progress by what? Oh, there might be some pain. I might fail. That might hurt. I might have been the best version of me and someone still judged me. Someone still criticized. People didn't accept me. People said I'm too much. I'm not enough. I'm too extra, whatever it is. But you can take that pain. You can reflect on it. You can look at it and say, I can learn something. I can grow from that. And that's how you keep growing. That's how you make progress and you keep moving forward. So literally, it can almost look like, hey, I'm trying and stumbling. Even if I stumble and fall, if I fall, I'm actually falling forward into who I'm becoming. I'm literally failing forward. That's one of my favorite things. Like, I'm not just falling down. I'm falling forward. I'm failing forward. I'm seeing what doesn't work and learning from that. And guess what? When you're that kind of person and you have that mentality that, hey, I'm always learning and growing, this is great, this is good, this is useful for me, you grow so quick. And again, that is something that people respect and admire. So you've been through a lot with this. So I want you to take this thought and really think about it. There are people out there that you admire because they keep overcoming failure. They keep trying. They keep moving forward. They have this grit and resiliency. I want you to see that you can see that in other people because that's actually true of you. You only can notice it outside because it's inside. Seriously, take that idea and believe it. Oh, I can see that in them because it's inside of me. I have that grit. I have that resilience. That's who I am. That's how I can see it in them. There's so many great examples of this. Like some of my favorite people have the coolest stories. Again, their story was so good. Why? Because everything was easy and nothing ever went wrong? No. Michael Jordan. Some would say the best basketball player of all time. He didn't even make the cut for his high school basketball team. Right? Did that slow him down? No. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like he tried to act and he didn't get all these amazing movies right away. People were like, you talk weird. Did he let that slow him down? He's like, no, I'm going to be in big movies. And then he was like, you know what? I can do things in acting. Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, I think I can be a leader in like politics. And like how you feel about, politics and all that stuff, just set that aside and just look at it. He set his mind on something that he'd never done. He's like, I'm just going to try it and I bet I can do it. He literally won. I mean, that's wild. Now, is Arnold Schwarzenegger better than everybody? Wow, he's just a genius. He's pretty good at trying and figuring things out. He understood the whole failure part of it. He's sure strong, right? Like we can all say, wow, he's really strong. But even he faced rejection. Even he failed. He made movies that weren't good, but he had to make all the not good movies to make great movies. He had to have performances that, not great. He had to have all those to learn and grow into like, wow, that is a great movie. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's in all these movies that were like, he played the tough guy and he's just the big, but then people are like, can you be funny? Can you be in serious movies? And he's like, yeah, I can do that. I can grow into it and I can learn it. He just had this mental resilience, this grit. He's going to do it, right? One of my favorite people of all time Oprah Winfrey. When you read her story, wow, it shakes me to my core. All the stuff that Oprah had to overcome, all the trauma and the hardship she had to go through, betrayed by people close to her, all the negative things that happened, and she kept moving forward. She believed in herself. She knew who she was. Did she execute and do everything perfectly? No. But look at the woman she's become. I mean, look at the movement, all the amazing, the network, the magazine, the shows, the books. She's written so many books, right? When you look at everything she's built, understand that came from her identity, and she didn't do it perfectly, but she was willing to try. She was willing to fail. And what I love is she got success, and the first thing is she's bringing on other people. How can we learn? How can we grow? How can I understand other people's positions? How can I serve? How can I love? How can I give back? Like when you get to that point, and you're at that point now where you're becoming that person, this is who I am. I can show up as me. You can show up as the best version of you for other people. It's because you're not looking to get. You're not looking like, what can I get out of the situation? What can they do for me? Like, I know who I am. I'm good. How can I help other people? Those are the kind of people you want to be around, right? Oprah Winfrey has so much wisdom. She's written so many books because she was willing to learn her lessons, and she's immediately like, hey, I want to get this out to share with people. Not only has she done well for herself, but I love and respect her because she's helped other people come up. She's the type of person like, hey, if I'm going somewhere, I want to link arms with you and bring you along too. I want to see you win. We're all going to win. She's famous for that. She literally is a person to like stand up and you get this, you get a car, right? She's so like, that's the energy. That's you. If you're with me and you're like, oh, I love Oprah, I love her energy, I love her excitement, that's in you. So don't be afraid of failure. All the greatest inventors, all the creatives, like think Thomas Edison. How many times, we all know the story, in the 1920s, a journalist asks Thomas Edison how it felt. He's like, dude, you failed 1,000 times trying to invent a light bulb. How did that feel to fail that many times? And Edison's like, I didn't fail 1,000 times. A light bulb was just an invention with 1,000 steps. He never looked at it as his failing. He's like, no, I'm just trying things. And you don't need to succeed 1,000 times. You can literally try 1,000 times and fail to get to that one win. And that's the success. That's what makes history. That's what changes things in life, is the willingness, like, I don't care if I fail 999 times. I'm getting to that one. I will win. I will succeed. I will be who I'm supposed to be. So think about that for you in your life. This isn't life or death on the line of everything if you're trying to be this person and do these things. This is, hey, I'm running experiments. Does this work? It worked okay. Well, what can I learn? Okay, do the next thing. So what I want you to do is use this worksheet. Get a piece of paper. Do this activity. Think of one area of your life where you want to improve. Like, yo, I'm willing to put in the reps. Think of that area of your life where you want to put in the reps and grow at something. And plan the steps you can take. Remember, he said it wasn't that I failed 1,000 times. I just made the light bulb with 1,000 steps. And that sounds crazy. Like we're thinking 1,000 steps. Holy cow, this is going to take forever, right? Like, no, remember, every day we take those steps. Like I brush my teeth, I make my bed. I'm kind of the person, I hold the door. Every time you show up as you, as a person of character and integrity, you move forward, that's you taking a step. That adds up so quick. You have no idea how quickly you become that person that other people are like, wow, I respect them. So what are those steps that you have to take? And I'm here to tell you, it won't take 999 steps. You'll have success so fast, especially if you're planning it out like we are. So what's that area I want to improve in? Okay, that's where I want to go. Start there and work backwards. Okay, what are the steps I need to do? How can I get from there to where I am now? And when you see that, it's probably not 999. It's maybe like 3 steps, 7 steps, somewhere in there. You know, hey, I need to practice this. I need to talk to this person. I need to try it out. Maybe I need to speak about it with somebody. Who do I got to call And keep this in mind too. Like, be inspired by this. When you're this type of person that you are, who's trying things, who's learning and growing, everyone around you will conspire to help you. Everyone will be like, I want to see them win. I want to win with them. I want to help them. I'm here for them. Why? Because you're there for them. You're a trustworthy person. You're a person of values and integrity. So be excited. I'm here to tell you, it's a setup. You are set up to win. Next thing is take the action. Just do the thing. Practice. Get in your reps. How do you get really good at a golf swing? I'm not a golfer, but how do you get good at it? You practice a whole bunch of times until the ball goes where it needs to go. You hitting the ball wrong and it goes in the water, or hitting a baseball wrong and it goes in the left field. Oh, I kicked this soccer ball and it's way out of bounds. Great. Try it again. Kick another ball. Get more practice. Learn as you go. Tweak, improvise, make little changes. That's the fun part of life, is let's see if this works. Hey, let's get a little crazy. Let's get wild. Let's try something. Like, hey, what if we did this just way different than other people thinking? What if we had fun? I bet it'll work. Let's try it out. And if it doesn't, hey, we'll learn. That's when life is exciting. Do you feel that? You're going to learn. You're going to take shots. See if it goes in, and then reflect. So this is just a real simple activity that you can do for all of these things. And you're going to do that. You're going to do this process and get where you need to go, and then do it again. Okay, what's the next thing? What's the next area I want to improve? I want better. Okay, what are the steps? I'm going to go do them. Did it work out? And you reflect. Like, do you see how these simple tools are? They're so simple. They relate together. Every step, like we're doing these things where we're learning, we're making choices, we're growing. You have all of this in you. You have all the tools you need to be successful. Like, man, you are equipped. You're set up for success. You are going to make an impact. You are making an impact. So, as you're doing this, as you're failing, remember last lesson we talked about boundaries? Like, here's my standards for myself and my boundaries for other people. As you are moving towards this and you're running these experiments, you might have to set some boundaries and say, hey, there's just some people, they're super negative, and I'm not taking feedback from them. Like, there are some people you could give them like $100 bill and they would complain about it. Okay, I don't take feedback from those people as I'm running my experiment. I want you to think, who are the people I want feedback from? And you might be asking, well, who is someone that I would want to take feedback from? Are they doing what you want to do? Are they doing the values that you value? Are they executing and doing the principles of what you want to do? It might not be the same. Maybe someone's great at playing the violin and you're like, I don't play the violin, but like, oh, they're dedicated. They're trying. I'm like, I want to model off them. I want to take notice of that. I'll take feedback from them. Someone who's not doing anything or not even trying, I'm not going to listen to them. Plus, they're not in the game with me. They don't have anything at stake. They're not with me. So not the person to take feedback from. We talked about opinions a couple lessons ago. Like, I don't like your shoes. It's like, well, you don't need to say that. Great. If you don't like my shoes, fine. There might be people who want to offer you up all this. Well, you shouldn't do that. You know what your problem is? You know, people who say things like that. It's really okay for you to go, oh, okay. Thank you. Like, you can nod and smile. You don't have to take it all in and take it to heart. Oh, they're criticizing me. In this process, as you're failing forward, as you're doing the experiments and growing, people might say things that are rejection or abandon or you need to change. Or maybe they're saying, oh, well, you changed. You're not the same person. And it's like, correct. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. I'm not the same person I used to be. I've grown. And they might say things to try to make you feel rejected or abandoned, or you're not in the club, you're not in our friends, you're not on this team, whatever. They can say that, but you don't have to take that in as feedback. No one can make you feel rejected. That's something we have to take on and do for ourselves. And guess what? You don't have to believe that. You can say, that might be true for you, but it's not for me. I don't think that's true. I don't believe that, right? That's not something that's important to me. That's not something I value. I value these things. And oftentimes, the truth is there'll be people in your environment and they really don't approve of you. It might really be about how they feel about themselves, not how they feel about you. I'll say that again. even if you're in an environment where someone doesn't really approve of you or what you're doing, I want you to know that it might not really be about you. It might be about how they feel about themselves. So understand we have our standards and our boundaries. What they feel about themselves is not my responsibility. What they're saying is not my responsibility. I don't have to fulfill their wishes. So not everyone might feel the same way about you. That's okay. That's part of the process too. When you are consistent, when you're authentic, when you're genuine, when you're just the real you, that actually inspires and gives other people permission to be the real them. So let's get real. In a real example, hey, let's say you had a test or something in school, and you take your test and you get back a bad grade. You're like, oh man, is that failure? Maybe have you ever literally failed a test? Right? It's a very real thing. You just ask, like, oh, what could I do different next time? Oh, actually, yeah, I really just didn't prepare enough. I could have practiced more. I could have read through my notes. I could have been more prepared. Well, then take that, and then next time this is what I'm going to do. So you can literally picture that event if that's happened to you in the past and see that event, and then just like in your mind's eye, write learning over the top. So was that failure? Hey, maybe you literally failed the test, right? But does that mean you failed at life or who you? No, just write learning over the top. Hey, I learned from this. If you put in the effort and you learn, it's really not failure. Every great success story includes someone overcoming failure. You know that. I know that. It's just a step along the way of the journey. So as you imagine that opportunity where you could have done better and you mark it as learning, remember, even if you feel the fear, you don't have to agree with it. Just keep moving forward. Understand it's part of the process. If I fail, that's how I know I'm learning. That's how I know I'm growing. Just like those weights in the gym. So build your success muscles. Your brain is a muscle just like your body. You got to get in the reps. I'm going to work to failure and then know, hey, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm moving forward. That's what growth looks like. That's what being you looks like. That's life. That's the beauty of it. And think about it this way. We might think that failure is like this fatal, final thing. The beauty of life is you get another chance. Every day you wake up, there's another new chance, another new opportunity, another new opportunity to try something. So it's like batting practice. Keep swinging away. Oh, I missed the ball. I failed. Oh no, I can't go back. Life is terrible. No, just swing again. There's another pitch coming your way. Keep swinging, okay?